Hello, I'm Karen Young from Property Zest Buyers Agency and Property Management. I'm here with the 5-minute market update for June of 2023 for Brisbane. Now, if you don't have a lot of time to hang around, this next page is for you. The TLDR, all the key bits of data that you're interested in. Now, this data is based on quarterly data up to May 2023, apart from the unit values, which comes from March 2023 data. So overall, listings are down 21.3% on the same time of last year. Days on market, 28 days. Dwelling values overall are up 1.8% over the last quarter. Unit values are heading up. And our rental yield here is looking pretty healthy at 4.3%. Vacancy rates are at 1%, which generally are low, but they're actually an increase on the last couple of months here in Brisbane. Now, if you do have a little bit of extra time to hang around, here's some more information for you. The listing data looking across Australia. If you're looking at the Brisbane data there, you'll see that we've actually had an increase in listings month on month there at 22.1%, but overall, year on year, we're down 21.3%. The days on the market, we're at 28 days, which is actually a pretty reasonable time. It's still a fairly reasonably well-moving market. But looking at against last year at the same time, which was 15 days, it was obviously a very hot time of year at that time of year last year. So they have come up, but they're still sitting quite reasonably. Property is still moving. Brisbane dwelling values in May, the monthly increase 1.4%, and if you're looking at it over the quarter, we've had a 1.8% increase in values over the last quarter in Brisbane. Over the past year, dwelling values have decreased by 9.3%. Now, that's a slight correction. Obviously, we had around 30% growth in that huge, massive boom that we had, and we've had a little bit of correction there, but still a lot of gain that was had in the marketplace over that time. Housing unit values. Now, this data comes from the latest market trends report released in June 2023, but the data covers up to March 31. Now, house values at that time were slightly down 0.7%, and unit values were starting to head up. But as we just alluded to, dwelling values on the overall in the last quarter were up. So even between March and now, the house values have started to increase. Rental yields, 4.3%, pretty healthy rental yield. Obviously, Brisbane has always tracked a little bit better in terms of yield than Melbourne and Sydney. Still looking quite healthy there. And our vacancy rates are sitting at 1%, which is still like quite a reasonable low rate, but it actually is a little bit increased. You certainly will have heard about rental crisis and lack of housing for people in Brisbane. But the media is still definitely talking about this, but I'd have to say over the last probably 6 to 8 weeks across Brisbane, ourselves, we manage 350 properties across Brisbane. Ourselves and many other property managers have certainly noticed a decrease in attendances at open homes, decrease in applications, and that market has definitely started to soften off a little bit. But vacancy rates still sitting at only 1%. So there's our 5-minute market update. I've managed to do it in probably even less than 4 minutes, which is pretty good. I'm Karen Young from Property Zest. If you have any questions about property, either management or buying property in Brisbane, all of the Southeast Queensland City Council areas and Sunshine Coast, we would love to help you. Feel free to reach out. Cheers.